the fastest way to become the best photographer was to shoot weddings. I just wrote #KincaidFire. Within an hour, I got a phone call from ABC, and then it was Good Morning America. By the next morning, I was dealing with the first time of lawyers and signing the papers and People magazine.
All right, well, hello again, and welcome back to F22, where we bring all things photography into focus. The show's brought to you by VSCO, and today I am at Imaging USA here in the Dallas, Texas area with Karna Roa. Karna is a very accomplished wedding photographer with a 17-year career, and she is also a wedding photographer. She's traveled all over the world. She's won many awards, as well as she has a master's in wedding photography. And she's also the president of the Professional Photographers of the Wine Country. So we have a lot to talk about. I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank
you, and welcome to the show, Karna.
Thank you.
Maybe just to start us off, tell us about yourself, how you got started, what you do. I saw on your website that you shot your first wedding at 15, which is wild. Tell us about yourself.
Many years ago, I started being interested in photography when I was 5. Our family would take these long road trip vacations during the summer, and my dad, kind of to keep myself entertained, he would hand me a camera and say, "Go for it, kid." So I've always been interested. He had a dark room in our garage growing up. So I've always loved photography.
Wow.
I started working for one of the first family portrait photographers in Sonoma County back when I was 14. I'm not even sure if you're allowed to work when you're 14, but there we go. And he guided me and taught me things. And he told me that the fastest way to become the best photographer was to shoot weddings. That you would be a sports photographer, a product photographer, an architecture photographer. You would be all of the things in a short amount of time with the worst lighting possible. And so he said, go for it. You're gonna do great. And so a couple that I knew that was having a wedding, they said, "We know that you like photography. Would you like to take some pictures?" So they paid me $75. And that was like $1 million of babysitting money. So I absolutely loved it. I was hooked from the beginning, and away we went.
Wow. Yeah. And tell us about what you do now.
So I am a full-time wedding photographer.
Okay.
I have had the amazing opportunity to travel all over the world. Lots of people will hire me that are from the Bay Area or friends of friends that are getting married in Tokyo, in Morocco, in Canada, in Banff. And so I've been in the hot, in the cold, in the snow, in the beach. And every environment, it has its challenges, but it's absolutely incredible to get a chance to travel as much as I do.
Gosh, so much of what you're saying mirrors my own experience. Got started pretty early, not that early, but had a friend, needed a wedding photographer, knew I was a photographer, and I just kind of got thrown into it, and also shot weddings for a long time. I don't know, what are some of the highlight experiences from your 17 years in wedding photography?
Oh gosh. Well, I'm fortunate to be from the wine country in Northern California. So, I mean, so many people come from all over the world to the wine country and throw the most amazing parties. Gosh, I don't know. There's so many. I don't even know what to say. The wedding in Tokyo was easily the most culturally different wedding that I have ever photographed in my entire life. So many things to learn about what to do, what to not do, where to stand, but it was absolutely incredible, absolutely amazing.
Wow.
And the Morocco wedding, I mean, it was May 25th. It was a full moon. It was one of those lunar eclipses where the moon turns red and you're in the middle of the desert with the camels. I mean, can you do better? I don't know. I mean,
my goodness.
A lot of things aligned there.
Yeah. And in our conversations before the interview, you've mentioned a few times this sort of viral moment that you had, and I purposely didn't ask you about it because I wanted to hear it for the first time here. Tell us about what happened.
Well, I mean, it was a very interesting moment under very dire circumstances. And I mean, even just a few weeks ago, Southern California was under an incredible stress of all the fires. So in 2019, this was the second round of fires that had come through Northern California. And so I was photographing a couple that was flying in from Chicago. They arrived on a Wednesday. I mean, they were at Chateau St. Jean. It was a gorgeous, gorgeous environment. All of their guests were flying in as well. No one lived locally.
Yeah.
And they arrived on a Wednesday, and Thursday morning, the Kincaid fire had started, and it was tearing its way towards the property.
Wow.
Anyway, it was decided that the show could go on. The fire was still fairly far away, but as the wedding started, the sky was blue, and then the smoke just started coming, and the smoke started coming. It was tough.
Yeah.
It was really tough. All of the wedding vendors, they had either just evacuated or were starting to evacuate. I was in contact with my parents about them evacuating to my home. It was tough.
Yeah. That seems worse than most people's worst wedding story. That's insane.
It was a lot, but the fire was still far away.
Okay.
It was just like, we weren't in danger of it being the flames right there. It was a lot. It was a lot to take in. But it was inside the barrel room. Everybody was safe. Everything was fine. But I did all of the romantic portraits, if you will, in the vineyard, but the sky had started to turn red. From all of that, the smoke, and it was at sunset time, and without external flashes, without all of the off-camera lighting, the sky just sort of goes neutral. You can't really see all of that.
Right.
So I did portraits of them where it was lovely and beautiful, and it was what it would regularly feel like to be in the wine country. But then I paused, I got all of my off-camera lights, and I lit them so that you could really see, it. And the wedding planner, this was just not planned. Wedding planner, not planned. She came with 2 masks, and she said, I don't know if you want to, but I mean, this sort of symbolizes what they've been dealing with.
Right.
Maybe you just take a couple with the mask. And so we did. We put the masks on, and as soon as she turned around and I handed her her bouquet, I went, this is the American Gothic. It was absolute, how she just grabbed it and turned around. So I posed them like that. I did the lights. It was eerie. It was strong, and I had lost power. I had no way really to back up my images. I went to a friend's house to be a responsible wedding photographer to download, back up, and upload to the cloud. And always back up, always back up. And right before I shut off my computer, I thought, I don't know, the fire's still going. I somehow felt the urge to post one photo. Now, mind you, this was to my personal Facebook page, that it was not live to the world. I posted it, and immediately a friend said, this is such a striking photo. Love is the wrong word, but I love it. And I really want to share it with our photographers group, and I want to share it with PPA, the national organization. This is a really striking photo, but it's private. Could you make it public?
Okay.
I said, okay. So I turned it public, and a few minutes later, a photographer friend from St. Louis, Missouri, commented saying, amazing photo, Karna, but what's going on? And so instead of redoing the tongue-in-cheek description of this lovely couple coming from Chicago to the beautiful wine country, almost like nothing to see here, I just wrote #Kincaid Fire. And within an hour, I got a phone call from ABC, and then it was Good Morning America, and then it just went right up the line. And by the next morning, I was dealing with the first time of lawyers and how much was this going to cost, and signing the papers, and People Magazine and Time and BBC and the Kelly and Ryan show and the Daily Show. And
so you just finished a wedding, the fire's still burning, and all that's happening.
And all of this is happening. So I am 100% comfortable behind the camera. I was instantly thrust into the studios and the interviews. And
way to improvise and roll with the punches. I mean, that's always what weddings are about, but that seems quite extra.
It was.
And did that exposure help you at all? Was that?
I mean, yes.
Okay.
I mean, there were plenty of people that, when they were looking for wedding photographers, they came across my image and said, oh yes, I remember seeing that on, I remember seeing that. And it went into every newspaper and every TV news across the country. So people really did hear. Yes, so people did book me because of that.
Okay.
But I mean, it's a good thing, it's a bad thing.
Yeah, it's hard to feel great about that.
It's hard, but everything worked out for the couple. They were absolutely lovely. The fire was not imminent,
Yeah.
but the sky was dark. So
Yeah.
that's what I was capturing, and I was capturing the smoke and the feeling.
Amazing.
And if I didn't use that kind of lighting, the off-camera flash, it wouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
So very soon after that, a lot of copycat images came through, but no one was really using the off-camera flash. So
Yeah.
it was not, it didn't really have the same impact. So really knowing your lighting and knowing what to do in the moment to be able to express what's happening is so important. And being a wedding photographer, you are literally learning all of the things.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I remember using off-camera flash in my wedding photography, and it was hard.
Yeah.
It's a lot more work, a lot more stuff to carry around, but sometimes just that added little bit of light and just the extra control that you have can really make all the difference. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling us that story.
Sure.
So you mentioned that you have been in the business for 17 years.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't make it that far. What has been the key to your success and also longevity? I mean, how do you pull this off for so long?
Sure. I am a very emotional person. When someone is feeling good, I can feel it. When someone is feeling nervous, I can feel it. So I have loved every wedding I have ever been at, and I can put myself in their shoes. I can see the difficulties or challenges that they're facing, and it's almost like being a midwife or something where you go in, you're helping them through a beautiful but stressful time.
Yeah.
I love that.
So you truly love weddings.
I really do.
That's
I
like your
really,
calling.
really do. You absolutely have to love it to want to do it for 17 years.
Yeah,
You really do.
Have you changed how you do it in that time at all to make it more sustainable for yourself?
I mean, I definitely always hire a second photographer to come with me, someone that their style will complement and blend in with what I'm doing. And so, yes, so I can take a break, and it's okay to do so. In the last couple years, if it's going on and on and on and on, then sometimes I'll leave a little bit before the end, but it's amazing. And with all the AI that's kind of out there, it can help you cull and sort a few things. So it's still okay. It's still okay.
We recently did a partnership with Narrative, who had a contest going on, and a couple of people won a VSCO membership. So check out Narrative AI for some culling help. But you also mentioned the PPA, and I think a lot of people don't know what PPA is.
Sure.
So maybe can you start by just explaining to everybody what is PPA?
Yeah, no problem. PPA is the largest photographers association in the United States. I think technically the world. Has an international component with some other countries. Professional Photographers of America. It's an association that provides a lot of education, a lot of classes. We're at their yearly convention, which is massive. I think we're here with 10 or 12,000 photographers in Dallas.
Yeah, it has felt like a lot.
It is a lot, and they are solid on their education. They provide so much education, and they also have 4 different degree programs that you can go through. Doing the degree programs, really, it takes your photography skill from 1 to 11 quickly.
Yeah.
I have always been nervous to enter photo competitions, and that is a component of it. And so no matter what degree that you're trying to earn, there is a photo competition part, and it's nerve-wracking. It's gut-wrenching, heart-wrenching to put your artwork, that's your baby, up on the screen for the world-class judges to judge, and they go like this really fast.
Wow.
But what I have learned from it is probably like any kid growing up. Your parents can tell you 100 times to do something, or that this would be the best way to do it, and you may or may not listen. You may or may not remember. But then when something very impactful happens, it's like seared into your brain. So this is what the image competition does. It provides this slightly stressful moment where the most qualified people are talking to it without the emotion of that it's not their baby, it's yours.
Yeah.
And then it sears into your brain. And forevermore, when you're at a wedding, you will hear that voice in your head that said, just step 2 inches to the right and get that pole out from behind their head.
Right.
You can do that. You can just move 2 inches and check out the background, check out the foreground. Whatever it is that they're saying, this is how you would improve, it sears in your brain.
Yeah.
And so time after time after time after time, you just have a new toolbox of what to do in the moment to get it right in the camera.
Yeah. So obviously this huge conference, education, competition, sounds like mentorship in some way through that. I heard mention of indemnity insurance.
So they do have the insurance for, if your client is unsatisfied, and they will help you with the lawyer situation, and they will protect you and defend you. They have, I haven't had to use it yet, but they have incredible equipment insurance with a very low deductible. So that is part of your membership. You get a beautiful magazine each month with lots of education, and then there's the conference here. So
I mean, those insurances are something that you need to have anyways, especially as a wedding photographer. I mean, there are venues that will not let you work there if you don't have certain types of insurance. $1 million of indemnity insurance. So you need that anyways, and equipment insurance is a really smart investment. So wow. And then, I mean, I see you have all these pins. Is that connected to everything you're saying here?
Yes. So I have earned 2 of the degrees that PPA offers. I have a master's in wedding photography. I am so lucky to be one of the first 10 people in the US to earn this degree. And then I also have their photographic craftsman, which is like a teaching degree, a degree in master's in teaching. Sorry. And so I've always been a teacher. I've always been passionate about doing my best to share what I know with others. And the wedding degree is incredible. When I was first working for, his name is Harvey Henningsen, and master photographer, portrait artist, I saw his degrees on the wall. I saw his master of photography. I saw his photographic craftsman. I went, wow, okay, that is amazing, but there's no way I could ever do that. And especially once I went head first into weddings, the type of refinement and precision that they want for those award-winning images are nearly impossible at a wedding where you're not in control of the light, you're not in control of the venue, you're not in control of the costuming, you're not in control of anything. And it really seemed like to me that the portraits that were scoring well in these competitions, they had every bit of the control over it. So I sort of ignored it. And then in the last few years, the organization decided, you know what, half of our membership say that they're wedding photographers. So let's do this. And so all of a sudden, it was a completely different set of criteria of what they were looking for. And I went, okay, I can do this. I can do this now. So I was so proud to be able to earn the degree. And it really, all the education that I learned in order to get it, it sets me apart from other photographers.
And do you find that credibility, I don't know if you put that on your website, but does that help you, get clients? Does that give them confidence in you?
It gives them confidence. And I mean, for sure, now my images on the website they just look that much more refined and polished. And they might not necessarily equate it to, oh, well, she has a master's, but it really helps.
Right. And tell me about like the chapter that you're in. I guess like how does somebody get involved, and if they do, what does that look like?
Sure. So there are more than 35,000 people that belong to the national organization, and then each state has their own state association, and then usually there's a local under that. So California is big. We have 8 different local associations. And I have been the president of the wine country version, so Northern California. And that is the boots on the ground, get your mentor, go practice. We have monthly meetings with speakers, like the ones that are here. I mean, big time speakers.
Great.
Everybody wants to come to the wine country. So we have great speakers. We have our own image competitions. We do workshops, and we do mentorships, and
that's happening all over the U.S. Wherever you are.
Yes.
Wonderful. That's amazing. All right, and lastly, just to up-and-coming young photographers, maybe just getting into weddings, or maybe wanting to get into weddings, but a little scared because it is a scary thing to get to do for the first time. What advice would you give somebody who's just getting started in their career in that way?
Sure. By joining the local association, you will gain the confidence of a myriad of photographers.
Yeah.
And so having other wedding photographers know to trust you and to appreciate you and who are willing to kind of bring you into the fold and bring you along. It is probably a bad idea to try a wedding on your own the first time if you've never done it.
Yes.
But finding your group of people. And so early on, I went right to the local association. My mentor photographer said, come on, you're doing this. And now I had 50 new friends in my Rolodex of being able to help them. So I assisted, I second shot, and then I was ready to go out on my own. But I went to a bridal show where I showed all my work, and I met the best planner in the wine country who grew to trust me and my images. And so very quickly I was in the referral network. So network. And in the weddings, it is absolutely who you know. So you make friends with the DJs, you make friends with the planners, you get to know the venues that you would like to work at, and just getting known. So people, places, all of that.
Plus one to all of that. You know, when I was doing weddings, similar story. Certain wedding planners, certain venues started to know me and recommend me to their clients as they came in, and it just became this sort of cycle that was wonderfully fruitful. So that's wonderful advice. Well, Karna Roa, thank you so much for being on F22 with us. It's been wonderful to have you. So much wisdom. If people want to find out more about you, see more of your work, and do that amazing photo, kmrphotography.com.
That's right.
Very good. We will see you next time. Thank you, Karna,
Thank you.
Have a good evening, and we'll see you on the next episode.